Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis are seated.
Yeah, he's still doing it. He better stay focused on his opponent across the ring before this thing starts, though. That's what Ospreay's got to do.
Ospreay drawing the vocal support from the crowd here. We heard the footsteps of Bryan Keith charging forward. And now both men locking horns, center of the ring. Ospreay with the left arm of Keith captured. Keith ducks underneath, next waist lock. But nice transition there by Ospreay into an offensive position.
A nice side headlock takedown on that quick switch. Bryan Keith's capable, trust me. Know what he's doing. Ospreay, both these men here, these athletes, probably maybe a little bit of a feel-out type of situation here.
And we know that Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, part of a huge revolution coming up on Sunday, March 9th. And you can join us for Revolution by scanning the QR code at the bottom of your screen on ppv.com. Ospreay and Fletcher inside a steel cage. Cope and Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Toni Storm, Mariah May, AEW Women's World Championship. All of that and so much more. Scan the QR code to join us on ppv.com. Oh, nice shot. Yeah. Nice move there by Bryan Keith. Holding up to the trunks of Ospreay. Ospreay took his eyes off his opponent for a moment, Taz, and Bryan Keith made him pay.
Well, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. You take your eye off someone and you get caught. And again, Ospreay just leveled the playing field, Shivani.
He is so agile, is Ospreay. The things that he can do, and look at the face of him right now. He needs to take the fight right to the Bad Apple because he knows if he steps back, we'll get the fight taken to him.
Keith fires in a chop of his own. That only seemed to fire up to encourage on the Earl Assassin Will Ospreay, who's backing up the bounty hunter to the corner.
Oh, double chop to the throat, old school right there.
Right on the windpipe.
Shades of Abdullah the Butcher. He used to do that back in the show my age.
Wow, how about that? That's a callback.
He used to do that. Oh, nice arm drag counter right there by Ospreay. And deep arm drag there by Will Ospreay again. Nice arm bar. He has Keith immobilized here.
Yep. Will Ospreay, the master of changing the tempo of the match with Bryan Keith. A handful of hair, changing the tempo on Will Ospreay with that knee to the midsection. Trying to take the oxygen, the air out of the lungs of the Aerial Assassin. And Ospreay, the kick coming in, didn't catch quite all of it, but caught enough to scoop and slam the bounty hunter Bryan Keith. And now Ospreay, standing sky twister press. The far leg is hooked. Two.
Yeah, Ospreay, sorry, it's Calvin. Ospreay just makes things look, easy. He does. And these things, these maneuvers, these physical traits he has in the ring, the things he does, is not easy. He's sticking a hidden blade here, I think.
Yeah. Bryan Keith potentially
slowly put the blade.
Potentially not taking himself out of play for that big elbow from Ospreay, but Ospreay undaunted, just throwing his body over the top rope.
Absolutely. You know, if you think about it, Don Callis, so much on his mind, not only trying to collect a bounty here tonight, but coming up a little bit later on to catch 10 Orange Cassidy in our main event. Oh.
Will Ospreay coming down almost like a elbow, less of a crossbody, Taz, more of an elbow to the jaw of Bryan Keith.
Yeah, well, he can change directions in there. Now springboard. Missed it.
Oh, the bypass sends Ospreay spilled to the floor, and Ospreay may have jammed his knee.
It was just a tad overzealous there, Ospreay, and he might have bumped that knee.
Oh, he got his caught cleaned on that one, guys, to Ospreay.
And I'm not sure Bryan Keith realized that Ospreay came up clutching that knee, but nonetheless, the bounty hunter with the advantage on the Aerial Assassin, Will Ospreay. And fans, don't go anywhere as the action continues tonight, live on Dynamite. There's a shift happening. there, Brian Keith. Keith looking to collect on this big bounty that Don Callis has set on Ospreay.
Yeah, that high exploder right into that corner. That's tough on your lower back. And right as we came back from break, Brian Keith had a nice camel clutch on, which hits the lower back, on Ospreay's body.
Yeah, Ted, Brian Keith has wrestled a heck of a match so far. And there you see in the background Don Callis up in the suites area along with Kyle Fletcher.
You know, let me tell you something. You know what Brian Keith's doing really well? He's dictating the pace of this match. He's not allowing Ospreay to do that.
Great call.
Yeah, earlier in this match, I said Ospreay's ability to impose his favorite tempo is masterful, and there you see it, Ospreay fighting his way back into this match, drawing on the energy of the crowd.
Oh, God, just rushed into it a little bit right there. Bad apple, you got caught. Oh!
Series of right hands from the aerial assassin, and now the high boot into the face. Ospreay, the spring, elbow strike, down goes the bounty hunter. Cover is made, 2. And this time Brian Keith kicking out.
A little disappointment that time at Ospreay, but a lot of fight left in the bounty hunter.
As Kyle Fletcher, the man that will face Will Ospreay in a steel cage match at Revolution, looks on as a short Toshiaki Kawada style kicks to the face of the bounty hunter. The hammer throw into the ropes. First, Ospreay elevates up and over. Changes direction, changes pace, but ran right into that roundhouse kick.
Yeah, nice flexibility on that roundhouse. Oh, talk about flexibility. Great job, Ospreay.
And the leaping enziguri. Nice chop down the lariat attempt from Ospreay and turned the corner, came around with one of his own.
I tell you, Keith lured him into that after that enziguri.
What a counter by Ospreay, though. Stun Dog Millionaire. And maybe an Ospreay. Yes, it is.
What?
Came around with one of his own.
I tell you, Keith lured him into that after that enziguri.
What a counter by Ospreay, though. Stun Dog Millionaire. And maybe an
Oscar.
cover. 2.
Wow, impressive kick out. Brian Keith, great job on that kick out. Now looking up there at Fletcher. It is Ospreay.
Look at Don Callis shake his head. Hopefully he'll be shaking his head later tonight in the main event at the Captain Orange Cassidy.
As Ospreay hit.
Oh, Will Ospreay looking for the other blade.
Brian Keith has wrestled a hell of a match here, guys.
He has scouted Ospreay perfectly.
He's got the double underhooks locked in. That Emerald Tiger driver from Brian Keith. 1, 2. No, Ospreay able to kick out. Yeah, I mean, talk about Takeshita facing Orange Cassidy in the main event. Remember, the Murder Machines, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, they're facing the Outrunners for a potential shot at the Hurt Syndicate, the AEW World Tag Team Champions as well. Big night of business for the Don Callis family.
Well, you hear the fans, and you know this is exactly what AEW is all about. This competition in the ring.
Brian Keith, I don't know if he got a signal from that box up there from Don Callis.
Looked up, you're right.
Maybe thinking could have been wait a second. Ospreay catches the knee, but Keith caught him with the headbutt, and now back body drop. Ospreay rolls through. Ospreay transitions, catches the
Style clash.
Here comes.
Get a blade.
What a combination!
Yes.